Hey, everybody. Before we start the show, I'm excited to announce that we have a new sponsor for this podcast, and it's DocRx. DocRx is a family-oriented company dedicated to tailor operational solutions for patient health and compliance programs that increases the quality and efficiency of patient-centered care, and always with the mission of the patient's health first. With over 10 years of experience helping doctors and their patients with diagnostic testing, patient monitoring, medical supplies, compliance, wholesale pharmacy, physician dispensing, billing, and much more. DocRx is your patient and health compliance solution, both under one roof. To find out how DocRx can help you, your hospital, pharmacy, or physician's office, see all their services at docrx.com. That's DOCRX.com. Now on to today's show.
And what do you consider an A client?
An A client is someone that really doesn't look at seasonality. Landscaping is a seasonal business. Typically, from March to October is our peak season, just depending on the weather here. And we have clients that want us to come every week, every 2 weeks, like clockwork. Every quarter we're replacing, mulch or pine straw or whatever they want for their landscaping. They want us to come regardless of what season it is. That's our A client.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Today we have Carita Koen of Green Magic Landscape. She's going to teach us how to find the right client for your business, how to get recurring, not seasonal revenue, and not just identifying problems, but creating solutions.
Hey, I'm Karen. I'm a former CPA, entrepreneur, business consultant with big ideas.
Welcome to Cheers to Business.
Carita Koen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
COVID, are you seeing more opportunity or is it hurting you?
Oh my goodness. So when COVID first came along, I think we were like everybody else, kind of frantic. We didn't really know what to expect with COVID, but it really, really has blessed us. Due to COVID, everybody's home. We can't really go anywhere. We're spending a lot more time at home. And so you kind of want to make your outdoor space inviting because you're going to be spending more time at home. And so it really has given us an opportunity to kind of showcase a little bit more of what we offer.
What do you offer? What is Green Magic Landscaping all about?
I'm glad you asked that. As you stated, we've been in business since 2016. Green Magic Landscape, we do lawn maintenance, kind of our starting point. And as we grow with the customer, we take care of all their needs. So if it's landscaping, which consists of laying sod, small tree trimming, hedge trimming, we get on roofs and clean out gutters. We do flower bed creations, flower bed revamps, remove shrubs, add shrubs, replace shrubs. I mean, typically anything that will enhance your curb appeal and would make your outdoor space inviting. We do more of the softscape stuff as opposed to the hardscape fountains and things of that nature. But just anything that would make your outdoor space more inviting. Also, our mission is to preserve the environment. And so we do a lot of debris removal. We do a lot of property preservation.
I tell you what I liked on your website was how getting rid of, you use the word the blighted yards. And I think that that's a huge point in that by using someone and attacking that, it makes your property values go up. It helps the community. Anything. I'm sorry, we're human. We're all, living with perceptions when we see something. And who wants to live next door to a place who doesn't have enough pride in their own property?
If you live next door to a property that is not appealing, not only does it bring your property value down, but it really doesn't look too good either.
Yeah.
And so everybody wants to achieve that American dream, right, of buying a home. But let's just say life happens. You may live next door to a neighbor that has passed on. Maybe the property, wasn't left to someone that will take care of it responsibly, or wasn't left to anyone, period. And so we all go through that. We all have things that we're trying to obtain in this life. And then we all have things that we lose in some shape or fashion as we pass on. And so our mission has always been to make our environment look appealing and to make it safe for children. I mean, we have 4 little ones. So just imagine if you live next door to an abandoned home, you're dealing with critters. You can't really let your children go outside, with confidence that you don't really have to watch them every second that they're outside because you're living next door to a nuisance.
Right.
And the blighted epidemic is a big epidemic in Mobile County. And we have been on the forefront to be vocal about that being a problem, and us, wanting to be a part of the solution. Also, we do projects with the city of Mobile. Yes, it's called the Weed Lien Abatement Projects, where if you live next door to a property, they call down to the mayor's office. Well,
Okay.
the mayor's office gets in contact with the city, and then they hire companies. They contract companies like us.
You guys the only ones, or do they do multiple companies? And
No,
so,
it's multiple
okay,
companies.
so briefly tell me how someone would get set up to do like contracting with the city of Mobile. That's an interesting point.
We have a lot of great resources that did not happen until we developed a relationship with the Mobile Chamber of Commerce. I am a part of the Growth Alliance Task Force. That's a minority subcommittee whose mission and vision is to make sure that minority businesses grow. And so with their supplier diversity manager, whose name is Archanie Kidd, so she makes sure that companies like us get contracted with the city when opportunities come about. She is the liaison that speaks on our behalf of getting opportunities to be able for small businesses to grow and thrive.
How do minority businesses get in touch with that person? How do they start?
If you want to do business with the city, they have a website, Work with Mobile. And so you would basically fill out that information and seek to establish a relationship with the city. At that point, Archanie Kidd will get in contact with you and see what your vision is for your business. How do you want to grow your business?
Can somebody contact the Growth Alliance Task Force directly? This is good info.
Yes, they can. So I sit on one of the subcommittees for the chamber. So you can reach out to myself, Carita Koen on Facebook. You can reach out to me, Carita Koen on Facebook. You can reach out to one of my mentors, which is Nathaniel Patterson. He is on Facebook as well. Daryl Randall, he works at the chamber with the small business and development for small businesses with the chamber, not just minority business, but economic development for small businesses.
Yeah, and it's so important. It's just the small businesses, and that's why I've been having small businesses on, one, for an opportunity, to ask me any questions, but also to find out, what are your biggest challenges? What are your roadblocks?
Our biggest thing when we first got started is we just wanted to show an opportunity that we do great work. But our biggest challenge has been shifting into our target client. And I think that's with every business. When you first get started, you just want an opportunity.
Yeah, showcasing your talent can be really hard when you're new. Carita, how do you pinpoint, one, you got to find out who your target market is, and then how did you shift to get target towards those people?
Mentorship, seeking people who have been there and have done that. Especially when you're trying to reach your target market for a certain price point. Our biggest challenge was charging what we thought our services were worth. And when we figured out that we had to target the particular client that was willing to pay what we felt our value was, that was a big struggle. But we attended this mentorship program that said, hey, you need to give your business clients a report card, so A, B, C, and D. And so we did that with over 200 and something clients. We currently still have some C clients, but they can bump up to B, but we try to always stick with the A and B clients, and it's been profitable for us. And I've never heard giving your people a business report card, but it worked.
The first time we ever did that was when I was part of a bigger firm, and we went, and they teach pricing and value books out there. One for CPAs was Build What You're Worth, and
Right.
go towards any industry, and it is picking out, because what is it, the 80-20 rule, in that 20% of your clients take up 80% of your time. And
That's
so
good.
grading those people that do recognize the value for your pricing, it's hard to let somebody go.
It is.
It is, because you build relationships, but at some point you have to say, our business is looking to move in a certain direction, and we don't think you're part of that direction. It's a hard conversation to have. How do you get rid of a D or C?
Because I do develop a strong relationship with all of our clients, and we conduct surveys, and because I have that relationship, every quarter I'm reaching out to them. Hey, this is where we're going. Either, you're willing to go with us, or can we offer you another recommendation for someone that is in your range of where you want to stay, if you're not willing to go where we're going. And so I don't just leave them hanging. I give them a
Opportunity.
Yeah, I give them an opportunity to stay, or I give them a resolution. Hey, since we're moving in a different direction, we have developed relationship with other landscapers, whether they're new or on our same level, because everybody's direction is not the same. Everybody's niche and target is not the same. And so if we are moving in another direction and another landscaper is where we were a year ago, we'll make the introduction, and sometimes they take them on as a client. Sometimes they decide to go elsewhere.
It always has to be a win-win-win.
Right.
Yeah, because then they remember you in a good light. And I think that the topic of the show today is really, pricing and value, how to grade your customers. And what do you consider an A client?
An A client is someone that really doesn't look at seasonality, because really landscaping is a seasonal business. Typically from March to October is our peak season, just depending on the weather here. And we have clients that want us to come every week, every 2 weeks, like clockwork. Every quarter we're replacing, mulch or pine straw or whatever they want for their landscaping. They want us to come regardless of what season it is. That's our A client. Our B client is someone that keeps seasonality in mind. They're most effective with wanting us to come frequently in seasons, but they'll kind of back off a little bit. Our C clients is the ones that someone's coming to town, or they're having a family reunion or a birthday party or something like that.
Okay. So the lesson to me is, I call it mind mapping. I teach it in Master Network. In the middle of the piece of paper, you put name of your business. So number one, define who you want to target, who's your best. I like to do that by taking a problem and say, like you say, we don't have recurring revenue. Therefore, that leads you to going after people who, well, how'd you say it? Non-seasonal.
Yeah.
I like that. Of course, collections is a huge part.
It is.
To pay for the value.
Well, collections used to be a big issue. First 2 years in business, it used to be a big issue. Now it's not, typically because I screen the client. When someone wants an estimate, I get them on the phone. I say, hey, what is your vision Do you want us to come every 2 weeks? Do you want us to come every month? If it's a client that just wants us to come every once in a while, that's not a client for us, And so I kind of do my due diligence on the front end to kind of see if we're a good fit.
Let's say I call you up and I say, hey, I've got an office complex, or I've got something, that I'm going to need recurring stuff. How would you check me out?
First and foremost, I would thank you for reaching out to us and considering us first and foremost. And then I would ask, what is your vision going forward? And then I would let you know how we operate. We only take clients weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. We don't do every 3 weeks, every 5 weeks. We don't do any of that. And then I let them know up front, we can come out and we can take a look at it. However, if you hire us to come every 2 weeks, it rains often here. If we come out and there's overgrowth, there is going to be an additional charge. So if your climate is, you get a lot of sun in your building, because some buildings have shade, some don't. If it rains often and it's sunlight and you have overgrowth, you might as well just let us come every week as opposed to every 2 weeks, because it's going to be more, on your pocket, because we try to keep the budget in mind.
Again, identifying problems and using that to find the right customers.
Right. And so I'm asking these open-ended questions, not closed-ended questions that just require you to say yes or no. I'm asking open-ended questions and doing my due diligence up front, to where if they say, hey, especially with daycares are not open right now. And so typically our daycares will want us to come every week because they were open. Now they're not open. And so I've had to go to each one of them and say, hey, I know you're not open. However, this was what we agreed upon. Do you want to keep it like that? And so we've had some daycares that, have had to go elsewhere, or we've had to.
What if they want to go bi-weekly?
If they want to go bi-weekly, that is fine. We just let them know, the weather is kind of iffy here. And so if there is an overgrowth, or if you skip a time, when we come out, it's going to be more of a charge because it's more effort. And then it is extremely hot. So it could be a health issue with our guys. You know what I mean? So I have to keep our guys healthy. I have to keep the budgets intact, but I also have to keep the client happy. And so if I communicate in the right way and let them know what's what and not blindside them with anything, then, everybody's happy. Or,
I think the communication is key. It's
it
just,
is.
It's so important. Even if you make a mistake, let's say you cut a water line, or, I made a mistake. I found that if you can call somebody up and go, here's the facts, here's the problem, what would you like to do? And throwing it in that other person's court, it just opens the world up to really good, decent, effective communication.
It does. And it makes people respect you more, because people do business with who they like, know, and trust. You could have called anybody to take care of your property, but because you chose us, we're appreciative. And so we always want to keep you in tune with what's going on with your property. And I ask everybody, whether you use us once or a million times every 2 weeks, we care about your feedback. Yeah, we ask you for your feedback. We want to know how we're doing. If there's something that you don't like, don't wait. Let us know. Sometimes it has been damaged in the past with us. We're human just like everybody else, but let us know and give us a chance to rectify the problem and make it right. We always.
I think that's part of it. You want proactive clients, not reactive clients that are customers that are just going to, get pissed off and leave, and without giving an opportunity to appreciate that we are all human. So basically what you guys are doing is that you're solving problems, not just cutting grass or not just landscapers, but building long-term relationships where you can communicate and adapt. What's your 10-year vision or 5-year vision for Green Magic?
First and foremost, we want to get into governmental entities. We're kind of shifting in that direction, just because I don't want Green Magic to be known as a seasonality business. I want us to just be known as a household brand. And also, it's 6 of us in the household, so we want to live comfortably. And I want to be able, because ever since we got married, this was a gift to my husband to say, you can do it, I got your back. And so we got married in 2016, and then the business started a couple of months before that. And so I want to build this business to the point to where I can still enjoy my husband's company while my hair is mostly still black. I got a couple of gray strands in there.
But against my color.
But also, too, Larry's really big on mentorships, just because the people that have paid it forward to us, we accept the responsibility to be able to pay it forward for somebody else. And so we are hoping that maybe we can start something, maybe a nonprofit, I'm not sure, for children that don't necessarily want to go to college. Maybe they want to develop skills in lawn and landscaping, things of that nature.
So I think it's great. Carita, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And, we always give a cheers out. So I want to give a cheers to you. A cheers for getting out there, knowing where your problems are and solving them, and now solving other people's problems.
Thank you so much. I think this podcast is awesome to get us to share our stories, share our experiences, things that helped us. We've had some trials, we've had some great triumphs, but also cheers to you for providing a platform where we can come and share and vent and talk and pray. And so I have really, really enjoyed myself here. And I've listened to previous podcasts in the past, and I love a good backstory. And this is the platform to hear not only good business successes, but the backstory that inspired them to be in business in the first place. So thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you for the cheers to me. We've got about, 90 shows of nothing but free advice and people's stories. And so I'd like to invite everybody, to go listen. And if you like it, do like Carita says, let us know. Put it out there on social media. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. So my story has changed, of course, because I have white hair. It's changed a few times over my life. And I really want people, I want to give back. I want to tell what I know. I want to knowledge share. And I know what it is to start a business. I know what it is to struggle to figure out why the problems are happening so you can fix them. And reaching out to mentors and the opportunities available out there. The Growth Alliance Task Force, I was so happy to hear about that today and your involvement. If you're a minority business and you don't know where to turn next, the innovation team, the I-team with the City of Mobile is working on a business portal for businesses so people know where to go, what they need to do to be in business. So, Carita, tell one more time how they can get in touch with Green Magic Landscaping.
Well, if you would like to get in touch with us, we can be reached via social media. Our business Facebook page is Green Magic Landscape. We can be reached via telephone. Our contact number is 251-439-5115. You'll hear my voice to greet you and answer all of your questions. We can be reached via website at www.greenmagiclandscapes.com. And just remember, if your property looks tragic, don't panic. Call the professionals at Green Magic. We would love to serve you.
Thank you for teaching others with your business story.
No problem. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Please be sure to subscribe to Cheers to Business podcast on iTunes or anywhere else that you get your podcast. Visit our Facebook and be sure to give us a like. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss, shoot us an email from the website cheerstobusiness.com.